You have heard that it was said, eye for eye and tooth for tooth. You have heard that it was said, you shall not commit adultery. But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for the whole body to be thrown into hell. Huh. Interesting passage. What do you think about that passage, Jonah?
Yeah, it's good. It's a good passage. Love the Sermon on the Mount. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's cool when scripture passages come to life sometimes too.
Yeah. If you're looking at like the text though, it actually says, this is actually Matthew 5:29.
Mm-hmm.
If your right eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out. And
this is the left.
You clearly have a left eye situation happening right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh yeah. So people don't believe me, but this is legitimately what happened. If I had to describe this in 3 words, okay, pine cone juggling accident. Pirate up there too. But actually, this is actually a pine cone juggling related incident. I was juggling pine cones at camp to do like a little skit for kids. I got one of them was a little bit too close to me and created a slight abrasion in my eye, so it's a little bit cut. I don't think it's super bad. It wasn't like bleeding or anything, but it was definitely watery. Definitely hurts a little bit, and that's why I'm patched up. It's legit. What stinks is for camps every week I do like a game theme thing. And this week I chose in my great wisdom to do pirates. On Monday I was like, yeah, Sarah didn't believe me, but anyways, it's true. I chose to do pirates on Monday, and I'm living with it. I don't know if that's like the best we could get on pirates or the absolute worst. It's legit. Okay, guys, this is legitimate. None of you saw me earlier today, but I would not play this joke up for the past. John saw me earlier today. I would not play this joke off for the past I've probably been wearing this thing for close to 8 or 9 hours. And it's not by choice.
It's Jonah's interpretation of a face covering. That's what this is.
Exactly. This is how you're supposed to wear your mask, right?
That's exactly right.
Arg, I know. Ahoy.
That's right. Well, now that we have that out of the way, you're
address that elephant in the room.
That's right. Have a couple of announcements to make. First one, really, really big. This is I don't know. There's been a lot of big stuff in the news this year, but this might be the biggest. Today, Kanye West dropped out of the presidential race. I know. This is a really important election year.
Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
I'm really excited when Kanye's, started running 11 days ago, and now he has officially dropped out. So no Kanye West. Yeah. So aside from that, is there anything else we need to talk about tonight?
There's a couple. I think there's a couple of things that were kind of overshadowed by Kanye West's presidential dropout. Right. Yeah. A couple other things. One, there's an event happening on Sunday. We want to talk about
on Sunday.
Not for us, but for other people related or connected to us.
So Will and Liz have an open house this Sunday. If your parents, hopefully your parents are on my email list. If not, get in touch with me. Get in touch with Jonah somehow, or fill out a communication card on the church website if you don't have her emails, that kind of thing. But it is in that email. It's also on the church website. If you go down to the bottom part, there's a part called the live feed. It's been on there twice in the past week. But basically, 2 of our awesome youth leaders are leaving to become missionaries in Mexico in a couple weeks, in about 2 weeks, actually. And this Sunday, we're having kind of their commissioning during the church service. So be sure to watch that. But you can actually come to the church campus here in Damascus and sign up for a time slot, you and your family, so you can actually interact with them and see them in person for a half-hour time slot. So be sure to get your family's names on that list. There's still space open at this time. If it fills up, I will add some spaces. I'm kind of coordinating this for them. So yeah, that'd be awesome if you guys could say goodbye to Will and Liz that way. A couple other announcements. Tomorrow we're having high school games. We're going to end a little early because I have to jump on for another meeting afterwards, but 12 to 1:30. And we are not going to have junior high games tomorrow because Jonah needs to get his eye taken care of. So he's not wanting to schedule anything tomorrow. Which
my dad patched it up. I haven't had time to actually go to the doctor about it.
Right.
We're good.
So that's a good idea, Jonah.
Yeah.
Yep. But the big announcements too, just kind of ongoing. We have CIY moved July 27th, which is a Monday, through July 30th, a Thursday. That is in 12 days. That is coming up super fast. You want to sign up for that. I have officially 2 high school spots left. So be sure to sign up. The description, in the description is how you can sign up. There's a link for that. And the mix is the day after move, Friday through Sunday of that same week. So that's in just over 2 weeks. And we definitely have space available for mix still. So be sure to get in on that. After tonight, there's shepherding groups. Besides that, are those all the announcements?
I think so. I mean, yeah, like I said, shepherding groups after. Yeah, most of them. Okay. And Sunday we are having, we're doing like the wilderness of this thing, but we're not doing another event like Sunday night like we have the past couple of weeks. Yep. So yeah, just throwing that out there. I think you might have said that.
We are gearing up for CIY. We're officially into that mode right now. So be sure to sign up for CIY. It's gonna be really, really awesome. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. But before that, we have some new content from our favorite t-shirt rep guy, Cool Carl. Bible verses that aren't actually in the Bible. I love this. I love this topic. It's always very shocking to hear what Bible verses aren't actually in the Bible. So be sure to check this out as we're watching this. This company has been really awesome. We have some really cool t-shirts coming in. If you're going to be part of CIY, we have our summer TMJ shirts coming in, produced by Sunday Cool. So but in the meantime, let's go ahead and watch some Cool Carl together.
We are being censored. America's news outlets no longer provide.
Sorry, there's an ad.
Joshua Phillip, senior.
Chicken nuggets.
There we go.
Carl.
They're censoring Cool Carl.
Hey. As Christians, we often find ourselves quoting some of our favorite verses. Some like Philippians 4:13, John 3:16. One of my personal favorites, Proverbs 27, verse 14. Don't talk to me till I've had my morning coffee. You know what I'm saying? It's humor. Then, there are some who like to quote Bible verses that, just like my desire to explore infinitely dark, mysterious caves, it doesn't exist. I'm extremely claustrophobic, and I'm afraid of the dark, and afraid of infinitely, because I don't know what that means. I'm afraid of things I don't know, and I'm afraid of things I don't understand. Like, where do babies actually come from? So I present to you my all-time favorite Bible verses that are not in the Bible. God works in mysterious ways. He does. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Yes. Pride comes before the fall. Yikes. It's nice to be important, but more important, to be nice. Smile. If you take one step, God will take two. Does that make sense? If He closes one door, He'll open a window. Let go and let God. Just do it. That's Nike. God gives His hardest battles to His strongest soldiers. I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. Don't be so heavenly minded that you're no earthly good. What? Give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime. God will never give you more than you can handle. Spare the rod, spoil the child. You're a wizard, Harry, and you're a hairy wizard, Hagrid. This too shall pass. Follow your heart as long as you're happy. 10 points to Gryffindor. If there's hair on your ears, then there's sin in your heart. Jesus, take the wheel. When the sea is rough, know it will be calm. When the sea is calm, know it will be rough. The devil made me do it. He probably didn't. What you need to do is pray for a hedge of protection. Your vibe, it attracts your tribe. Clean hands, pure heart, good grace, good God. Wash your hands, you sinners. Hate the sin, but love the sinner. Do your best, and God, He'll do the rest. That's good.
This has been our favorite Bible verses that aren't actually in the Bible.
That was magical.
Mm-hmm. You know it's a good video when it brings like an apostle into your chat.
I know, right? Wow, there's hair growing on your ears. There's sin in your heart. I didn't know that. That was pretty good.
I think we're
Hey,
good there.
we've got some guests that are going to join us for a game right now. I'm going to go ahead and throw them on the screen if they're ready. Okay, they're getting ready. They're feeling it. Here we go. All right. Perfect. We are all in. Hey, everyone. So we have, I'm going to go around clockwise. We have Nairi and Wyatt, Sarah, and Ben all with us here today. And they're going to be playing some games with us. The first one I want to do, this one kind of interacts with the crowd, so I want everyone to participate, is a game called Dope or Nope, okay? And we're going to get this on. Here we go. This is the fun part where I have to deal with technology. Okay.
Thank you guys for noticing my haircut. Yeah, Grace and Taylor. Except Taylor, my name is not spelled with an H. I'm only slightly offended. It's okay.
Oh, that is offensive.
I've been calling you Sarah for years. Shoot.
Yeah, that's been a thing since middle school.
Oh, unbelievable. Gotta change my ways. Yeah, I think, they bought your haircut a dope. It
Yeah.
looks like.
Okay, my PowerPoint's being difficult. Here we go. Let's see if I can get this going.
Mm-hmm. Guys, do people still say things are dope? Is that still a thing?
Not really.
I
I was
don't know.
gonna say I haven't heard that in years.
Not that much.
Well, Peter himself is saying dope. So, I mean, come on.
Except he's long dead.
That is true. I guess he probably doesn't have the coolest lingo.
Okay, it's being difficult here.
You can do it, John.
I know. I don't know why it's not working today. We're doing this. Here we go.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna do a little makeshift way of doing this because it's being difficult.
Perfect.
Okay. There we go. All right, not as clean as I normally like it, but it doesn't want to show right. Okay, let's do. Okay, dope or no. There we go.
There we go.
We are on. Here we go. Perfect. Okay,
Ooh,
so
perfect.
it's not doing the full screen thing like I like, but how this works is, let's see if I can get this. Okay, we're going to have to preview everything. That's too bad. Unless... No, it doesn't like it. Okay, we're just gonna do it this way. All right. So basically, what we're gonna do, you decide which things are dope or nope. Okay, and I want you to contribute in the chat what things you think are awesome or not awesome, and let's go ahead and discuss. So this first thing, a beard winter hat.
Definitely.
A beard winter hat.
Definitely.
You said nope.
Yes. No.
Why?
Because I don't know. Beards in general are just not the best.
I
So
could
don't
see
even pick
you
one.
wearing this, Sarah. Like this could definitely work.
Thank you. I think.
I know I would definitely wear this. This is awesome.
I'm giving this a firm dope. And here's the thing: if the beard was a little bit fuller, that could also double as a face mask.
That's true.
It's fashion and function right there.
That is definitely true.
Yeah, I think dope, 100%.
Okay. Perfect.
Easy.
Awesome. All right, we've got a couple.
Mhm.
Lots of people.
Here we go. Practical,
There we
yeah.
go. Oh, Peyton. Nope.
Has it-
Really? Okay.
Wow.
All right. All right. Next one.
Ugh. Thanks, Grace.
Ice cream lock.
Oh
Dope.
man.
Put it on your
Definitely
ice
dope.
cream so people can't steal it.
Definitely. Yes. Very dope.
Hmm.
You see, in my house.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, these are all real things.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But if you forget the combo, then you can't ever have ice cream again.
There we
So
go, yeah.
there's that.
If someone is really desperate, they can take a knife to the bottom of the
I was gonna say there are
Mhm.
ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a dope concept. However, whenever I eat ice cream, maybe this is just me. I only ever eat ice cream like impulsively. Like I'm never like pre-planning. Like I'm gonna have ice cream later. It's just like, oh, there's ice cream. And I feel like this takes away. It just makes it take longer. I don't know. I see why this is a good idea. I don't know if I would go for it. I'm leaning a little bit nope.
My strategy was always picking a flavor that no one else in the house liked. So
Yeah, exactly.
that's what I went with.
Yeah, I'm
All
with
right.
Jonah. Nope.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
And now that
I
I
just
think
don't
about
think
it,
it.
I'm the one who's always like trying to sneak ice cream, because it's
Mhm.
dairy.
Oh yeah. That's the thing. I want it, but do I want my family to have access to it? No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's good.
Yeah.
So just
Doors
don't tell
is
my
sick,
mom
though.
about that. Just don't suggest it to my mom.
If only. Yeah. Way to keep a nice secret on YouTube Live.
That's right.
Just kidding. Yep.
What do you think about this concept? Like having a door that converts to a ping pong table.
That is
As long as
actually
you can
pretty
lock it from the
That is so
I'd
cool.
say dope.
This is amazing.
Dope.
10 out of 10.
Like there's not really a bad thing about that. It's just very useful.
I know. This is really cool. This is how we should efficiently build things in the future. Yeah.
Because less space, but still I don't know. I was trying to rhyme, but I couldn't think of a word.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Like space and ping pong ace. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something there.
Metal detecting sandals.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Guess what? This is so lame, but I've been watching Austin and Ally on Disney Plus, the Disney Channel Austin and Ally, and in one of the episodes they use these shoes. So
Oh wow.
fun fact.
Really?
today.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say nope. I don't think they're necessary.
Hmm.
I say nope, because they probably wouldn't be very quality item.
Oh.
Mm.
True.
I think.
I think
dope
like a metal
they're not my
detector
only
is
pair of
pretty
shoes.
big, and these are like the size of a shoe.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, I think it would be dope to have the option to wear this, but I would not want to go to life having my ankle beep every time I step on something metal.
Right.
Plus the ankle, yeah, it looks a little bit like yeah. I don't know. I would look suspicious if somebody was wearing an ankle bracelet like that.
Oh yes, for sure.
Yeah. But situationally dope. Situationally dope.
Light up slippers
That is cool.
Hmm.
with like little headlights.
Dope. Yeah,
Totally.
duh.
No, and that's the worst part of getting up at night is having to walk through your house when it's all dark and you're all alone. So a light would make everything better.
I mean, you could just grab a flashlight, but
I was gonna say that.
Or
you
your
could use a
phone.
flashlight by
Ay,
your-
ay, ay.
Or use
Or
the
your
light
slippers that light up now.
Exactly.
or you can do that. That's right.
Yeah, pretty dope. I think
You can do the same
Yeah.
thing. Duct tape flashlights to your slippers.
that's true.
Yeah, but these are
That'd be extra
fashionable.
dope.
That's right.
True.
Yes.
Maybe
Don't
these
have
are-
I think
ugly
that's
duct
pretty
tape.
cool.
what if these are
I
like
can
a
imagine
hiking
someone
boots,
like
too? That
the
would be
light's
awesome.
not where they want it to be,
Mhm.
so like on one foot trying to point it.
Yeah, point your feet. where you should.
Oh yeah, those would be good. Are they like the little kids where you stomp and let it? Oh man, fake mold sandwich bag.
I mean,
No.
No.
Nope. Why?
you could place
Because you don't want
pranks
people eating your
with
sandwich.
Yeah, so no one steals your sandwich. But the problem is then someone will see this and throw it in trash.
Yeah.
it.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm
What-
thinking like it's a nope.
Or
Wait,
like,
what if you do this with
Mhm.
like Sharpie?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Might be
But why would like you want to keep someone from stealing your sandwich, especially if it's like that type of sandwich? Like, if I'm gonna eat a sandwich and it's good enough to keep people from eating it, it's got to be like a good sandwich.
yeah,
That's
I know.
true.
Like not just like ham and like lettuce.
Yeah,
or
it's not even a
something.
sub. Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm thinking nope. But yeah,
Nope.
I'm not very good at bread upkeep. Like I tend to have bread go bad, so I probably would like be like, oh, it's just for my like fun bag, and then I'd
You
actually
like
eat it.
prank.
Oh yeah, okay,
That's true.
that's true. That could be good for pranks. It's good.
I would buy a bunch of these and put all of our like snacks like in the church kitchen. Like,
Nice.
That's true.
all right, next one. Oh, this is awesome. Automatic ice cream spinner.
Yes.
No.
Nope.
No. No.
That just ruins the like nostalgia of like eating off an ice cream cone. I feel
Exactly. Like the
Yeah.
the ice cream cone is you having to like lick it and yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and if
You
it's
don't get as much ice cream.
well,
Okay,
Mhm.
you guys are right, because then I don't think you could eat this. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to eat this.
But like, imagine expanding this. Like, you could put like a scoop of peanut butter on there. You can put like a cheese ball. Like, think about that. Like,
I've never thought of this before, but I feel like I'm probably somewhat picky about how fast the things I'm eating are spinning. A little bit. Like I feel like it'd be hard to get like the perfect speed.
exactly.
You know what I mean? That's where I'm like, I have to see it. Maybe it works. I don't know.
Like, or what if it spins too fast and ice cream flies off, or like it's
Oh,
spinning
that
too fast?
we
and
can
you can't
weaponize this
eat it
thing.
fast.
Like I'm in. That
Yeah.
we're talking pranks. An ice cream
Right.
launcher. I'm down for that. If it's been that fast, yes, dope. If it's like average spin, then probably no.
all right, next one. Sleeping bag with arms and legs.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
even
From my
Yes.
experience, this will actually make you a lot warmer. Because the tighter the bag is to your like body, the more warm you're gonna be.
it's not
Yeah.
even a
So that
sleeping
could be
bag.
very warm.
It's just a big coat.
It's like,
But
it's like
it's
a
a
onesie
white
coat.
It's a sleeping bag on the move.
I can't decide if I like this.
I mean,
Yeah,
move-
I've never been. This is,
marshmallow.
I
It
move
kinda
a
looks
lot in
like a
my
banana
sleep,
man.
and my feet are like they're always like complete opposite sides of the bed. They're like super sprawled out. So like when I'm camping and I'm like stuck in a sleeping bag, I hate it because I can't like move, and when I try and turn, it like slips and like so annoying. So I think this would be amazing.
I know
Yeah.
you get Mary, like getting stuck in the sleeping bag and then getting all twisted and having to like find the zipper. Oh my gosh!
Right.
it's
That would be
true.
weird, 'cause it would look like a giant hazmat suit, though.
But I
It
still
does. Yeah, I was gonna say you could also just like wear it. You know what I mean? You could go through life wearing it, and like you wouldn't even need a bed. If you were like traveling across, if you're one of those crazy people that like walked from somewhere northern BC to like California, you could just wear this and boom, bed.
so
There we
true.
go. Whenever you want, wherever you want. Just I'm now sleeping.
I mean, yeah, what Zach said is like, I'm imagining camping and like you go up to get like your cup of coffee and you never have to leave
Ooh,
the bag.
yeah.
Okay, what I don't understand is Grace's comment where she says probably easier for using the bathroom.
Well, because you can walk. I
No.
think that's what she meant.
You can.
I
you
hope
can
that's-
walk
I hope
to the
that's what she
bathroom.
Wait, do the sides unzip or can't tell?
Let's go on to the next one. Before
Yeah, next one. Yeah, there we go.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes.
helpful for girls
Mm.
and
I-
boys with very long hair.
fully support.
I
I mean,
usually
I-
put my hair up when I eat because like
Yeah.
especially when it's soup or something like that.
Yes. Oh my gosh. There's nothing worse than watching a piece of your hair fall into your soup. It's the worst.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay, I should like buy this then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
although I know I just got short hair though, and which is why Yeah, but I guess it would still. Yeah, see, that would just be so useful. I want it.
I like how in the chat most people saying nope, don't have long hair. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't
Yes,
have long hair, so I'm
also-
not gonna vote.
Braces for a drinking fountain, that's even like more great than for eating
Yeah.
because the drinking fountain is the worst.
Yeah, you have to like hold your hair and drink and press the button at the same time. Ugh. It's the worst.
Wow, that's. You guys should definitely wear this around school. That's great. Map for back scratching. That's
That is
kind
so,
of weird.
that is so smart. Yes.
That would be very useful.
Yeah, go to A1, please.
Right.
That's so good.
Oh,
Play
that's
Battleship using shirts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh man, yeah. I feel like there's other games you could do with this beyond just like back scratching.
No.
I like the design. I like the idea.
Yeah, and yet like you always have that one person who like scratches your back in the same spot, and you want to be nice, but like you're like, can you move,
Mhm.
please?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you tell them to go up, but then they go past it.
Yes, exactly. Ugh.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally.
But then they're the ones scratching your back, so you don't want to be rude.
It's true.
We have the shirt.
Mhm.
All right. Oh, this one.
Yes.
Is anyone gonna say nope? Will any human being say nope to this?
So I was like attacked by my childhood guinea pig, and I don't want to give that creature more.
More power.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
I say
Pointless. It's funny.
He would bite me, but he also would bite like electrical wires. So
Oh.
this would just like electrocute him if he were to bite an electrical wire.
Mm.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I'm
if,
a firm nope on this.
but it might not be safe. But the question was not, is this safe? The question was not, is this a
How do
good
you get
idea?
the
The
guinea
question
pig in
is
it?
this dope? Yes.
okay. So I
great.
have a quick story about guinea pigs and why they need armor. So my mom, when she was a kid, her and her sisters had 3 guinea pigs, and one of them ate the other 2.
Whoa.
That's
Why
like
are
a horror story. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Carnivore.
So,
A
like,
lot of traumatic
I think-
guinea pig experiences in this.
Yeah.
call.
That is so intense. I've heard of
I-
fish doing that, but
Yeah, I've
wow.
always just thought guinea
I've heard
pigs-
of guinea
yeah,
pigs eating their babies.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
That is.
Do we want to give them more
Maybe
power?
the babies need armor.
That's right.
No, but this guards them.
From
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other.
From
Yeah.
Yeah.
themselves.
The armor for the ones that are going to be eaten.
Yeah.
All right,
Maybe a
next
little
one,
sword.
last one.
Oh, I've
What?
seen these. They're
What
so
are-
stupid.
what is it?
There might not be
Nothing.
nothing in there.
Nothing.
There must be like some virus in there.
Ooh.
Wait, it's
Technically, that could happen.
Nothing. It's a container. So this is actually on Amazon. It's $10 on Amazon.
What a deal.
wait, but I guess don't you get a container then?
No, it's just air.
just
Yeah, you
plastic.
get the container for it.
I've gone to a birthday party where someone got this, and it's like so weird. I don't get it.
My favorite one, look like searching this on Amazon, was a can of dehydrated water. All you have to do is add water, and then it works.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yes. All right,
Amazing.
that's it for that. Jonah, you want to intro our lesson?
Yeah.
I'll make
A little bit of
I'll have our
context.
students go backstage. So they have to sit here and awkwardly.
Totally. Yeah, but they'll be on later. Yep. Yeah. So today we are going to be going over "I am the resurrection and the life." We're going to be going over kind of John 11, which is the passage where Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead. And I just think this is actually a really interesting point in the book of John. So before we get into it later tonight, I want to talk to you guys a bit about why this is so significant. Right after Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead, it's when the Pharisees meet together and they decide that Jesus is somebody they can't be having around. This is actually the miracle that puts the Pharisees over the edge to where they say, this guy has too much power, he has too much influence, he's somebody that we need to get rid of. And this actually is like one of the events that leads up to the crucifixion. And beyond that, the book of John, we've been going through the 7 I am statements, but I believe there's also 7 miracles as well. No, John? Am I correct?
Yep.
It's
right.
7 miracles, yeah.
7 times.
And so it's really cool. Yeah, and so what's really cool about this is it's one of the passages where we have an I am statement and a miracle right next to each other. So yeah, this section, I just wanted to give some credence that even beyond what we're going to be talking about tonight, even beyond where it fits into Jesus's identity and what it means for us that Jesus is the resurrection and the life. Even beyond that, this is a really, really central passage to the book of John as a whole. And that's just something that I thought was kind of, interesting that as I was reading it. It's something we won't exactly talk about a ton tonight. So just kind of want to throw that out there. This is a huge, huge tipping point for the story of John. I would say John, out of all the gospel authors, is debatably, I would say maybe the best writer. John's not my favorite gospel, but I think the structure of the way he writes is very refined. And so he really draws a lot from kind of this chapter. It's a really, really pivotal part of the book. And I'm excited to get into it with you guys in a little bit. It's my little spiel there. Oh,
Sweet. Yeah, it's also it is the 7th of the signs. So it's actually the final ones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Totally. And shameless plug as well. Tonight we're going to be doing a PowerPoint. I'm going to be reading through it. We're going to have passages that John's going to put down it's backwards, about there-ish. So if you have a Bible, now would be a great time to go grab it at some point. Or if you have a Bible with you, you'll get a lot more out of tonight because I'm just going to be kind of reading through it. So, yeah.
Sweet. Well, part of what makes this story so impactful is that Jesus was such good friends with Lazarus and Mary and Martha. So we're going to play a game called Do You Know Your Best Friend? And what we're going to do is we're going to pair up into twos here. And I'm going to see if I can actually get these to be next to each other. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put something on the screen. Oh, perfect. Okay, we do have the pairs next to each other. So Ben and Wyatt and Sarah and Nairi, and then Jonah and I are also going to attempt to play. And we're going to see if we can give the same answer as the person that we're paired with. So I'm going to put a question or statement on the screen. And what we're going to do, for those of you who played the game Zoom by with me, we're going to write down on a piece of paper and just show it and see if we have the same answer. Okay? So everyone needs a pen and a piece of paper. And yeah, most points wins. I don't know. What should you guys win? Drinks to the arrow. We'll go with that. So the winning pair gets a free drink each to the arrow. So here we go. Number 1, and you can't be texting or talking to each other. That's important. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1. Who is funnier? This is between the two of you. So it's between me and Jonah, or between Nairi and Sarah. So it's just between you two. You have to give the same answer for this to count. Okay, are you ready?
My pen is very dead, but I will try to resurrect it here.
Oh, you need
Anyways.
Okay, did it work?
It's working. A little bit. I will use this for this one.
Jonah has puppets and rubber chickens, but he has no working pens.
You should do a war chicken if you have a rubber chicken.
Suspense.
All right. Did you find a pen though?
You're muted.
You're muted in case you don't know.
There we go. I muted myself. Yeah, I have a workaround. I see it. I see it inside. I see a box full of pens across the room. Of course.
All right. We're ready for this first one?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
I put you down, but I covered half.
All
of
right.
it.
Yes.
There we go.
What you would say.
But neither. All right. That means Jonah and I have the first point.
Let's go.
Ourselves. That's so funny.
Guys, you're so nice. All right.
Oh. All right, Nair, you can do this. It's for the coffee. Think of the coffee.
There are only 7 questions, okay?
Ooh, easy.
All right. Next
One down.
one. Who would be more likely to rob a bank?
Why? Please don't say neither again.
All right. See if you're ready. Okay, we're good? All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, Jonah, we didn't get it.
Oh, we messed up. I just thought I looked so like evil with,
That's
one
true.
eye.
That's true.
I thought that's outside of before today, probably like maybe you, but yeah, now it'd be me for sure.
Nairi's definitely the dangerous one. She has the spatula and she would probably get the money from the bank.
You always tell me that I'm more mature than you, so I thought you would make the immature decision to rob the bank.
But you're
All
more
right,
mature.
next question. This is a harder one. And we are going to give 1 point away to the person who gets the closest answer, okay? How many slices of pizza could you eat combined? Between the two of you, how many slices of pizza?
Like, okay, could we eat or like would we eat?
Could you eat?
Ooh.
That's different than like what would we eat regularly.
Yeah. I need to redo that answer.
All right.
I have no idea what the average is for this.
So whoever gets the closest numbers to each other. If someone gets it right, though, I'm going to give you 2 points for this because this is good. All right, everyone has a number written down? All right. 3, 2, 1.
I like doubled you. I said 24.
Oh, 24.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They're
tied.
They're both 4 apart, so they each get a point.
Oh, dang it.
So
yeah, I way
one
overshot
to
there.
one right now.
I don't know.
Okay, Nairi, I originally said I was gonna say 8 because like that's what we would eat, right? But then I don't know. I feel like we could each eat 6 and be fine.
Depends where it's from, right?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Next
Size slice
question.
is a big factor. Anyways,
Who
okay.
is more likely to become president of the United States?
I hope we get this one the same night. I really do.
This one is also done.
I'm pretty sure we will. I'm pretty sure. Oops.
Oh man, this is tough. Okay, you ready? All right, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, let's go.
There we go. Let's go, John.
Okay.
I think everyone got that one.
No, the boys didn't get it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so my team and then Nairi and Sarah have 2. All right. There are actually 4 more questions. There's 8 total. I was wrong. All right.
Okay. Time for a comeback.
What would be your combined GPA at school?
Combined, like add them or like average.
Average combined GPA.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Once again, closest one gets it to the decimal. And ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh wait, you
Oh,
meant
you're thinking of it. Yeah, I said 3.6.
Wait, it says combined.
Combined, like.
So divided.
Yeah, I just think very
So
lowly
you-
of John and I. I think we're both like 1.8 averages. So.
wait, I'm confused.
Combined is both of ours together.
Yeah.
So
Average down.
the average of it.
What do you mean the average?
Yeah.
Like if you put all your grades together, what would be your combined GPA?
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Right.
so I'm on 8 then, because I said 4.0.
Well, yeah, the way that averages would work. Anyways, yeah.
You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
I see where they were going.
We're gonna
Okay,
go with. How about everybody got a point for that one?
I like that one. I like that one.
Understanding of the question, otherwise we would have gotten it.
All right, next one. Who is more stylish?
That's not
Who is more stylish?
That's what I mean by style.
true.
All right, ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, there we go.
Yay!
Okay.
I just did that, Sarah, because I thought that's what you were gonna put. So
All
doesn't mean
right.
that I think I have more style.
So it is 4-4 between us.
I don't
and
see how
the
that was
girls,
even
and
a
then
question
Barry
for us.
White have
Easy.
2. There's only one more question. Here we go. Did I lose one or did I miscount? I must have lost one. All right, here we go. Last one. Who talks more?
This should be pretty easy.
Who talks more? All right. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
What?
Oh, oops. Sorry.
Every time.
I put Jonah. Okay.
Oh, I put. Yeah.
Oh, you put me? All right.
Yeah.
The girls. Wait. The girls did they not put Sarah? Did you not put Sarah, Neri?
That's what I was thinking.
I feel like I always talk so much, and it annoys you sometimes.
No, I thought the same.
Okay.
Me. Opposite.
All right. Well, I'm surprised that you put me, Jonah. All
I
right.
don't know. I don't know if people think I'm quiet. I feel like I range from very quiet in conversations to talking all the time.
No, you
I
talk.
don't know. I don't know what people think.
No.
Okay. Thanks.
Wait, so we won, right, John?
I guess you tied us, so maybe that means.
Well, technically, if we had known what you meant by the GPA question,
It's
I
true.
got a point for that though.
All right, the girls do win the gift cards or the free drinks. So awesome. They're going to stick around and talk about CIY, but the boys, we'll see you guys later. Good job tonight. All right, sweet. Well, I want to keep Sarah and Naira on just for a couple minutes to talk about both experience at CIY, at least for Sarah, and then kind of what's happening in a couple of weeks. We're starting CIY in 12 days, which is super crazy. But first, Sarah, why don't you talk about your experience last year going to CIY and kind of how that impacted you, and then we'll talk about what's next.
Yeah, so CIY, honestly, there's no other word to describe it than fun and extraordinary, because something about, I'm sure a lot of you have gone to a summer camp before, something about going, with, I know we keep saying this, but it was the friendships that was the funnest part, right? So we, driving to OSU and then getting to stay in a dorm together and then, doing all these things together. And we were in our own group, but at the same time, there were other churches all around us. So I would also just say, I don't know, the people at CIY, the counselors and the, I don't know what you call them, leaders, whatever. They had just a great way of is convicting the right word? I don't know. Saying things that were really meaningful and convicting and stuff. And so I know we always say this, but there was definitely that one night where everyone was a mess and crying, whatever. But then it felt so good to do it together, And then there were other nights when we all couldn't stop laughing, So it's just really fun. And I really do think that even though it's at our own church this year, it's going to be just as fun because we have like John has said, we can do things that we couldn't do last year, although there are also restrictions, And so, yeah, but it's going to be epic because we have so many fun games planned, so many awesome worship sessions, because another thing is oh my gosh, the worship was amazing at CIY. Not only did it totally feel like a concert, that was just amazing, but it was also such a inviting atmosphere to just feel like you can just worship freely and not kind of you just kind of pretend that no one's around you, and it's just amazing, right? So we're going to try to create an environment like that. We're all going to be 6 feet apart from each other anyway, so you can just, do whatever you want. So yeah, it's going to be fun. And I'm rambling because I didn't prepare anything to say, but
oh, it's good. Naira, any other thoughts on kind of what we've talked about with plans and that kind of thing?
We have some really fun food planned. So that's going to be fun. Expect some good meals. And I think we have a good amount of time set for shepherding groups, which I think is going to be really good because the things that people remember most and cherish most from camps and things like this is the relationships and conversations you have with people. And I think shepherding groups are like the perfect time for that. And I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I totally agree. We got lots of time set at the beginning and end of each day. Yeah, and lots of time in between. We have some good games planned. We're talking about Color Wars and Capture the Flag and different fun games like that. A continuation of what we've been doing on Sunday nights for those of you who've joined us. But yeah, this will be some of the best food you've had at camps before, because we have to have everything kind of like catered in. So it'll be really, really good. We're talking about Chick-fil-A and Panda Express and bringing in pizza, other good places too. So it's going to be, yeah, really, really awesome. Well, any other thoughts before I let you both go about CIY?
I don't know. We have 2 spots left, so definitely sign up, even if you're the least bit interested, because it'll be awesome.
Yep.
And by the way, I'm not just putting on this fake, oh yay, CIY. I'm genuinely so excited for CIY because it's just going to be so much fun. And all the games that we get to play, it's going to be like the real summer youth group that we've kind of been missing this whole, Zoom is great, right? But it's going to be that in-person connecting, playing games like we did on Sunday night. So it's kind of like the highlight of the summer. TMJ, CIY. We love our acronyms.
Right. And I was already able to kind of peek in on what CIY has been doing in other places in the country just with their online live stream. And it's going to be awesome what we see each night too with what CIY has put together. So yeah, that's going to be great. Well, I'm going to let you two go, and I'm actually going to preview something in a second. So we'll see you both on the Zoom call later. Bye. Yeah, so with that said, I want to preview the mix content. So for those of you who are in junior high, 7th and 8th grade, who have not signed up yet, do so as soon as possible. We want to get you on. This is going to be the content for mix. Keep in mind that the theme is the Holy Spirit, and we're kind of building up to that with our just with our lessons and that kind of thing. But yeah, let's go and throw on the mix content real quick.
Paul was once Saul, and Saul's heart was a wreck, wasn't it?
I'm sorry, can you guys hear that? I'm not sure if you can. Let me go ahead and re-add that real quick.
I'm hearing a bit from my end. Yeah. I can hear it a bit. It sounds like the volume might be low.
There we go.
I don't know if that's what the chat thinks.
Paul was once Saul, and Saul's heart was a wreck, wasn't it? He was a Pharisee. Pride and selfishness. It starts to sound like a lot of our hearts, right? Excuse me. But don't worry if you think you're too bad or too far gone, because the Holy Spirit can restore any heart.
So good to be alive.
All right, good deal. Got a couple of comments in the chat I want to address real quick. So are we going to need to wear a mask for CIY? We're going to be outside for most of the time. So most of the time the answer is no.
Here's a public.
There we go. Yeah, so most of the time it's going to be no. There will be probably some times where you do. So we're actually going to provide some face coverings for this that are brought in from Sunday Cool. So we're excited for that. Yeah, so there will be a component that is inside as we're watching the live stream, and that is going to be as socially distant as possible. I did want to circle back about closing indoor meetings. That does not apply to churches. Right now, our limit is still 25 as far as indoor. So we're going to keep you guys when we're inside, we'll be distanced over probably 10 feet. Unfortunately, got to make that got to make that ruling kind of inside, but we'll be able to watch the CIY live stream inside. Everything else will be outside, and those are still, those aren't as like restricted. So yes, even with what the governor said this week, keep in mind that does not apply to churches. And yeah, we're still moving forward with it as planned. So we're really excited for it. Developing friendships, though, we're going to kind of lean into that a little bit as you talk about tonight's text. So let me turn it over back to you, Jonah.
Totally. I actually really like what the guy Ivan said at the end of that video about, Paul's conversion, kind of almost from death to life, you could say. Because what we're going to be talking about tonight, guys, is a passage that is nothing short of a conversion from death to life, in a literal sense. We're going to be going over John 11. Like I said, this is one of the key passages in the overall narrative of John. It's the final sign. It is the straw that breaks the camel's backs, which leads the Pharisees to decide this guy needs to be crucified. There's a lot that happens here. And John starts off giving us some context in John 11, 1-6. It says, therefore, the chief priests and the Pharisees, I'm scrolled down to the wrong person. Sorry. It says, now a certain man was sick, Lazarus of Bethany, the village of Mary and her sister Martha. It was the Mary who anointed the Lord with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was sick. So the sisters sent word to him, saying, Lord, behold, he whom you love is sick. But when Jesus heard this, he said, the sickness is not to end in death, but for the glory of God, so that the Son may be glorified by it. Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. So when he heard that he was sick, he then stayed 2 days longer in the place where he was. So here we see a lot. We see a lot of context. John does a lot of foreshadowing in this kind of opening section. We hear that Lazarus was sick. We have a connection for who Lazarus is to Jesus, right? He's Mary and Martha's brother, and Mary's the one who anointed Jesus' feet just a couple of chapters ago. So we know that these are people Jesus is close to. These are people that Jesus loves. And we see Jesus give a promise for how this is going to end in verse 4. It says, the sickness is not to end in death, but for the glory of God, so that the Son might be glorified in it. So we know that Jesus is totally intent on saving Lazarus, right? Jesus loves Lazarus. Jesus wants to save Lazarus. But what Jesus does next is crazy. He hears that he's sick. It says at the end, he then stayed 2 days longer in the place where he was. I'm not a medical professional, but that does not seem like the best way to go about it if your goal is to keep somebody from dying. And I'm sure people reading this for the first time, and even people that were there at the times of these events would have probably been a little bit confused. It's kind of foreshadowing for what is going to come. Can I you pull up? John 11, 11 through 15 is kind of the next chunk we're going to go over. So this is Jesus kind of talking to his disciples about Lazarus, about what is going to happen. It says, this he said, and after that he said to them, our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I go so that I might awaken him out of sleep. The disciples then said to him, Lord, if he has fallen asleep, he will recover. Now Jesus had spoken of his death, but they thought he was speaking of literal sleep. So Jesus said to them plainly, Lazarus is dead, and I am glad for your sakes that I was not there, so that you might believe, but let us go to him. And at the end it says, therefore Thomas, who was called Didymus, said to his fellow disciples, let us also go, so that we may die with him. Sometimes we like to give the disciples a little bit of grief for sometimes seeming dense. I think their line of reasoning makes sense here, right? Jesus says he wants to save this guy. He says he's asleep, so it's not a big deal. We'll go wake him up before Jesus drops news that Lazarus is dead. Lazarus has passed. And I'm sure for them hearing this, I'm sure they knew Lazarus as well. Hearing this would have been, something that maybe brought them to kind of a darker place. But Jesus says, Lazarus is dead, and I'm glad for your sakes that I was not there, so that you may believe. But let us go to him. I wonder, how cryptic that would have been for them at this time. And we see that Thomas, Didymus, still doesn't get. He still doesn't get it. He says, let us go also, so that we may die with him. I think they're still a little bit confused. And why wouldn't they be? They have never seen anything like what they're going to see in the next couple of chapters. Or next couple of verses, rather. So a little bit of context. After this, Jesus goes to Galilee. There's a little bit of scripture which talks about their entrance there. And then Jesus meets Martha, and they have a conversation in verses 21 through 27. So the way this goes, it says, Martha then said to Jesus, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. Even now, I know that whatever you ask of God, God will give you. Jesus said to her, your brother will rise again. Martha said to him, I know that he will rise again in the resurrection on the last day. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live even if he dies, and everyone who lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this? She said to him, yes, Lord. I believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, even he who comes into the world. Now, what I'm really struck by here is how fast Martha believes. Her brother is dead. Right now, she's in a state of mourning. She's probably questioning a lot of things. We see at the start of the conversation, she's asking Jesus, why are you not here? But what really defines Martha here, it really stands out to me, is her faith. She has so much faith that even death is something she doesn't think can stop Jesus from working. She believes in Jesus so much, she believes so strongly in who Jesus says he is, that when her brother is dead, she doesn't think that makes that God's promises are broken. She still believes that Jesus has the power to work, to move, to make things right, even when her brother is dead. And that's something that I really admire in Martha here. Something that I wish I emulated more in my own life. Just this radical faith. So that no matter what happens in her life, she still has faith. And I was thinking, in my own life, at what point do I stop believing in God's promises? Would have been parts in my life when I thought, God, this is too big for you. God, this is something that you should have already worked on at this point. Maybe I prayed for people in my life who were sick, and I've prayed and I've had hope in God that God can make them better. But when they pass, do I still have hope? Maybe there's been times in my life when I've prayed, God, I hope that this works out for me, or I pray that God, maybe I pray that I'd overcome this sin, whatever it might be. And praying that for years and years about something sometimes can feel hopeless. But what I love about Martha here is that when she's met with hopelessness, she puts her eyes to Jesus. She puts her hope in what Jesus can do. She doesn't forget God's resurrection power. Because even before Jesus said it, we can see she knows that Jesus is the resurrection and the life. She has faith that he can do all things. And I think it's fitting that in this context of death, of grief, of mourning, Jesus reminds her he is the resurrection and the life. Can you move to 33 through 37? So this is when Jesus enters kind of into Martha's home. And he's kind of amongst kind of the mourners, you could say. It says, now Jesus had not yet come into the village, but was still in the place where Martha met him. Then the Jews who were with him, or with her in the house, and consoling her, when they saw that Mary got up quickly and went out, they followed her, supposing that she was going to the tomb to weep there. Therefore, when Mary came where Jesus was, she saw him and fell at his feet, saying to him, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. When Jesus therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews who came also with her also weeping, he was deeply moved in spirit and was troubled, and said, where have you laid him? And they said to him, Lord, come and see. Jesus wept. So the Jews were saying, see how he left him. But some of them said, could not this man who opened the eyes of the blind have kept this man also from dying? I think I've talked to you guys a bit about this before, but I learned a lot about grief over kind of the past year, I guess almost 2 years ago now, during the school year, because one of my roommates had lost his brother the summer before. And one thing I realized about grief is it really pushes you one of two ways. And I think we see both of those ways actually in these mourners. Some people, when a tragedy strikes, they realize that Jesus is weeping with them. They realize that God is walking with them through hard times, and they find peace in that, in knowing that Jesus weeps for us, in knowing that Jesus cares in our hardships. But others say, why did this have to happen? Why did Jesus have to not keep this man from dying? In the example of my friend Chad, one of my best friends who lost his brother, I really saw Chad find comfort in knowing that God is with him. I saw Chad look, and when he saw Jesus weeping alongside of him, his response was to say, was to feel loved, was to feel cared for. That's just something I found interesting about grief here. I think we kind of see it in both the mourners. Because, in our times of trials, Jesus does weep with us. What I find really cool here is that that's also not where the story ends. We don't just see Jesus coming down and being sad with what's happening. We don't just see his human emotion. If we had seen that, the story would have been beautiful enough. Jesus kind of goes a step further. And 40 through 46, we see a miracle. Like John said, and like I was talking about earlier, this is the final sign that Jesus does in the book of John. This is the miracle that puts the Pharisees over the edge. This is the miracle that leads to Jesus's crucifixion. It says, starting in verse 40, Jesus said to her, "Did I not say to you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?" So they removed the stone. Then Jesus raised his eyes and said, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I knew that you always hear, or I knew that you always hear me. But because of the people standing around, I said it, so that they might believe that you sent me." When he had said these things, he cried out with a loud voice, "Lazarus, come forth." The man who had died came forth, bound hand and foot with wrappings, and his face was wrapped around with a cloth. Jesus said to them, "Unbind him and let him go." Here we see Jesus taking somebody who was dead and bringing them to life. We see a miracle that is beyond anything we had seen before. Think about how excited they got when a blind man was able to see. This is something beyond, comprehension. At the time of, Jesus' life, there was other miracles that people would perform. There's other like signs that people would sometimes do, but some of the ones that stood out are, a blind man was never able to be, could never see, and people who were dead. That was kind of a permanent thing. As we think of today, it's kind of a permanent thing when someone was dead. There were miracles that went beyond what people had seen in their lives, and that's what the story of Lazarus is. It's this amazing miracle. This one that is, again, beyond comprehension. But as I was reading this, I was realizing, how does this apply, to our lives? What does this mean for us living today as believers? We're alive right now. What does this speak to us? What does this tell us about Jesus? And I find the answer to that in Ephesians 2, 1 through 5. I'm going to pull it up here for you. Ephesians 2, 1 through 5. Doesn't speak about this event, but it does speak to the fact that Jesus is the resurrection. It shows us what that means for our life. It says here, "And you were dead in your trespasses and sins, in which you formerly walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, of the spirit that is now working in the sons of disobedience. Among them we too all formerly lived, the lusts of our flesh, indulging the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature children of wrath, even as the rest." What we see here is that we were, because of the sin that's in our hearts, right? We are spiritually dead. But in one way, we were dead in our trespasses, dead in our sin. But that's not where the story ends. Starting in verse 4 here, it says, "But God, being rich in mercy, because of his great love, with which he loved us, even when we were dead in our transgressions, made us alive together with Christ. By grace you have been saved." Now, guys, I don't know about where you guys are at in life, but there have been moments when I thought I was too far gone for God. There have been moments when I thought I did something or said something or hurt someone, and I thought that was the end of my story. But ladies and gentlemen, we worship the resurrection of the life. That's who Jesus is. There is nothing that can separate you from his love. There is nothing you can do that'll make you so dead he can't bring you back. Lazarus was dead. He wasn't sick. He wasn't just blind. He wasn't just lame. He wasn't just hurting. He was dead. And that wasn't enough to stop Jesus' miracle from happening. That wasn't enough to stop God's power from working. And I want to encourage you, whatever you are going through in life right now, God is there for you. God loves you. And he has the power to make things work no matter what you're facing. Death didn't stop Jesus with Lazarus. Death didn't stop Jesus during his resurrection. And nothing you do can stop God's plan for your life. So I just want to leave you guys with that word of encouragement, that we don't just worship a God who loves us in good times. We worship the resurrection and the life, a God who's willing to enter into our brokenness, to redeem us as we're dead in our sins, and to call us to something greater. So, yeah, I'm the resurrection and the life. John 11, great passage. Really, really fun one to read. If you're looking for something to go over in your own quiet time, Book of John's a great one to go over. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job. Thanks for sharing with us tonight.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you want to close us out in prayer and we'll go on to our shepherding groups?
Yep, absolutely. I do. God, thank you so much for giving us hope in all times, God. No matter what we are going through, we know we can trust you. We know that you are in control. We know that you have a plan, God. And I pray that you would help us to live that way. God, I pray for these students, whatever they're going through right now, God. I know that there's, a couple of health concerns. There are people who are maybe having tough things, kind of just happening in their lives. I pray that you would give them help, be with them, Lord, comfort them. And God, I pray that as we go into our weeks, we wouldn't doubt you at all. I pray that we would see your power and remember who you are amidst our struggles. Pray this in your name. Amen.
Amen. All right, sweet. Well, just a quick reminder, we're going to go off to the shepherding groups. The links to shepherding groups are down below in the description. Jonah, can you confirm that it looks right?
Give me a second.
One for junior high in there. So,
Mm-hmm.
And just to ask you something else too. You mentioned junior hires might hang around for games after shepherding groups too.
Yes. Yeah. If you're not using the spam link, then we can. Yep.
Sweet. All right.
Yeah. If you guys are doing very cool.
Down below.
I like that idea. Link looks good. Looks good to me.
Perfect. Remember, COI move, couple spots left, but we have openings for mix. Be sure to sign up. Those links are also in the description of this broadcast. So we will see you in shepherding groups after we celebrate for a couple minutes with none other than our very favorite song. Got to bring it back.
So ready.
Vegetables are great. Rubber chickens are great, but it doesn't quite live up to the magic of Party Llama 2. That's right. Sweet. Good job. All right. We will see you guys over on Zoom in just a couple minutes. Bye, everyone.
Party Llama is the party. Party Llama brings the party. Party Llama dramatically enhances the party. Please do not use Party Llama if you are allergic to the following: having a good time, increased heart rate, not being a total lame-wad, enjoying your life to the fullest, parasailing from the back of a yacht. Please consult a doctor if you do not develop a cool attitude. Use as directed.